What wisdom can be gained from the Bible? And is that wisdom even so relevant today? My name is Jay with Unpolished Man, and that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. I found 6 verses that have helped me better understand wisdom from the Bible, and I think they can help you as well. Let's get to it. Wisdom. When I think of wisdom, I think of experience. I think of somebody who has done something before or is in a place that I would like to get to eventually. They've gone through a lot of different things or various steps or situations or life experiences to get them to where they're at today. So that's something that I want to learn from them so I can better prepare myself for the future. So that being said about wisdom, what I wanted to do is I wanted to go into the Bible and I wanted to find some verses that are going to help me to understand what the Bible is telling me about why or how that I should be more wise. I went ahead and dove into the Bible and I found 6 verses that speak to me about wisdom, and I think they can also speak to you about wisdom as well. These verses are just something that's just scratching the surface on this particular topic. So I encourage you, if you hear these verses or read these verses yourself, that you pray about it, you talk to God about it more, and be able to dive into more of the topic to better understand it here. So this is just me just finding some verses, just like I said, scratching the surface for us to kind of get a general idea of what the Bible is saying about wisdom. First one is James chapter 1 verse 5. I'll read it here for you now. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. It says if you need wisdom, ask God. So I need wisdom. I ask God. I pray about it. That's something that I seek in my prayer life with the Lord. So that's exactly what the book of James here, chapter 1, is telling you to do. If you want wisdom, you need to ask for it. And he says if you do ask for it, he gives to all liberally and without reproach. So he's going to give you as much of it as you can handle. And basically, all he says too, if you ask for it, it's going to be coming your way. So, I mean, that's pretty much it on that one. Okay, moving on. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 13 through 18. Happy is the man who finds wisdom, and the man who gains understanding. For her proceeds are better than the profits of silver, and her gain than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things you may desire cannot compare with her. Length of days is in her right hand, and her left hand riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those who take hold of her, and happy are all who retain her. So there's a couple of different verses in there. Let's just start with 13. We'll run down the line. So verse 13 says, Happy is the man who finds wisdom, and the man who gains understanding. Verse 14. For her proceeds are better than the profits of silver, and her gain than fine gold. So they're saying if you have wisdom, it's better than you have a lot of money or a lot of possessions. It's better for you to have wisdom over any other material thing that you can think of. Verse 15, she is more precious than rubies, and all the things you may desire cannot compare with her. So that goes back to more material things or money or whatnot. It just kind of builds upon verse 14. 16 says, length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honors. If you have better wisdom, you're going to be around a lot longer. More wisdom to keep yourself out of trouble, to keep you from any dangerous thing that could happen, that could take you off of this earth. 17, her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. You're not going to have any trouble. You're not going to have any bad things happen to you because you're going to be making those said wise decisions. And lastly, verse 18, she is a tree of life to those who take hold of her, and happy are all who retain her. So it's a life-giving thing. It's going to better your life to have more wisdom. Another pretty self-explanatory verse there for you as well. Third one, Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 12. So let's go ahead and get to that. Now it says, for wisdom is a defense as money is a defense. But the excellence of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to those who have it. So the first part says, for wisdom is a defense as money is a defense. Money can be a defense from poverty. Not having any food, not having any possessions or anything like that. So it's saying wisdom can be a defense just like money can be a defense. And the second part is, but the excellence of knowledge, so the excellence of having more knowledge of certain situations you're going to get yourself into, is that wisdom gives life to those who have it. So money is not a life-giving thing. Wisdom is. If you have more wisdom, you're not going to do stupid things, okay? Think of yourself as a younger kid and the stupid things that you did because you didn't know any better. If you have more wisdom, then you know better. So you're going to keep yourselves out of those stupid scenarios that could potentially hurt your life. That's how I think of it. Giving you life, meaning that it's going to make what life you have here more joyful. It's going to give you juice. It's going to keep you fired up. Like you're going to feel good about yourself knowing that you kept yourself out of certain scenarios, if that makes sense. All right, so we're moving on. Number 4, Proverbs 4, verse 6 through 8. Let me read it for you now. All right, so it says, do not forsake her, and she will preserve you. Love her, and she will keep you. Wisdom is a principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and in all you're getting, get understanding. Let's look at what the principal thing means. Okay, so if I look up the definition of importance, look up the definition of principle, it means first order of importance. It's the main thing. So when we read in Proverbs 4, verse 6 through 8, it says, wisdom is a principal thing, meaning that is the first thing that you should be going for. It is the main thing that we should be seeking. It says, in all you're getting, get understanding. So from having more wisdom, you have better understanding of different situations in your life. And then it says, exalt her and she'll promote you. So put her on this pedestal. Seek after wisdom as the main thing and lift her up. And she will bring you honor when you embrace her. And if you carry on actually to verse 9, it says, she will place on your head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory she will deliver to you. Number 5 is Psalm 111, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all those who do his commandments. His praise endures forever. So the first step in gaining more wisdom is having the fear of the Lord. I've had that explained to me before when you say that the fear of God or the fear of the Lord is basically, so it was described to me as a healthy amount of respect and not wanting to let your father down. Think of it like with your dad or with your own parents. You'd hate to have to let them down. That's the worst thing your parent can tell you is that I'm not mad at you, but I'm disappointed. So it's a healthy fear of letting the Lord down is how I've had that explained to me before. That's the first thing is beginning of wisdom is have the fear of the Lord or the healthy respect of the Lord himself. And then a good understanding have all those who do his commandments. So last one. Number 6 is Job chapter 12, verse 12 through 13. Wisdom is with aged men, and with length of days understanding. With him are wisdom and strength. He has counsel and understanding. Says, wisdom is with aged men, and with length of days understanding. So the old guys, the gray-haired guys, they're the ones with the wisdom. They're the aged men that they're talking about here. And with length of days is understanding. So the longer you're going to be alive, the more you're going to understand the ways of how things work. And it says, with him are wisdom and strength. He has counsel and understanding. So in the Bible, him is capitalized. So they're talking about God. It says with him, so with God are wisdom and strength. Obviously, God's going to have a lot of wisdom. God knows all, sees all. So yeah, he has wisdom. And obviously he has strength. Those two kind of make sense since he is God. He is all-knowing. He is the the creator of heaven and earth. So yes, he has wisdom and he has strength, and he has counsel and understanding. So what's counsel? Let's look up what counsel means. So you kind of get I'm thinking of like legal counsel. Okay, so counsel says advice, especially that given formally. He has counsel, so basically he has advice, he has advice. So with him are wisdom and strength, he has advice and understanding. That goes back to if you need wisdom, you got to ask Lord, who is going to give it to you as much as you want. Because he has the advice and he has the understanding, so he's going to help to guide you through whatever it is that you're asking him about. And he's got the understanding to he's going to know where you're coming from. So that's it. That's 6 verses. That's 6 verses. There's kind of just scratching the surface on this topic of wisdom, and I think if you've read the Bible at any length, or especially if you've delved into Proverbs at all, you know that wisdom is the main topic pretty much throughout all of Proverbs, really throughout some of the New Testament as well. Just the gaining of wisdom as a principal thing, or the number one or the main thing. When I started out this year, it's just something that I wanted to work on personally, to read the Bible. My decisions that I make now don't affect just me. I mean, I'm a father of 3 kids. I'm married, so I got 4 people that I'm responsible for. If I do something and I screw up, if I make the wrong decision here, then I affect 4 other people's lives. I kind of got to be smart with how I go about my day-to-day. So that's why I wanted to gain wisdom. That's why I sought out these verses. It is the principle. It's the main thing, and throughout a lot of these books, if you have wisdom, you're going to be a better decision maker. So that's what I wanted to be. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I know sometimes this Bible stuff can be a little dry. I'm trying to inspire you to go out there and read your Bible as well, because for me, is one thing that I've learned doing these videos is that if I want to talk about the Word, I gotta be in the Word. So I'm trying to learn more, trying to grow more, trying to have some more wisdom, understand more and more what the Bible's trying to tell me, and how to be a better man in a day-to-day. Hope you like, share, subscribe, comment. Maybe you have any other verses that you like that apply to better decision making or wisdom or anything. Drop a comment. And yeah, that's it. Wisdom, what the Bible says. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.